Hello everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at a horticulture problem where we're spraying some pesticide in a greenhouse. So first of all, I'm just going to read the problem to you. It's fairly wordy, there's a lot going on here, but we are going to pick it apart, draw a picture, and hopefully figure out what's going on. So example 1. Your backpack sprayer holds 3 gallons and applies 2 quarts of spray per 1,000 square feet. The pesticide label indicates a rate of 4 ounces of formulation per 1,000 square feet. How many pounds of pesticide formulation do you need to make a full backpack of the pesticide mixture? So, first of all, let's just draw this picture, right? We've got a greenhouse, and in that greenhouse, we're going to be applying a spray. All right, so I'm going to draw this, somebody outside the greenhouse, and they've got on this backpack sprayer. All right, now the backpack sprayer is filled up with pesticide. This pesticide, it's kind of like a hose, little nozzle, and we're going to be spraying that all into the greenhouse. Now, the backpack sprayer holds 3 gallons and applies 2 quarts of spray per 1,000 square feet. So all that information is about our backpack sprayer. I'm just going to kind of write it as a bullet point off to the side. We've got 3 gallons in our tank, and our spray rate is 2 quarts of spray per. That per can be represented with division, so it's sort of this fractional rate per 1,000 square feet. I do want to make note that I could flip that rate around and write it as 1,000 square feet per 2 quarts. That is completely equivalent. Anytime you're given a rate like that, you can write it either way. It essentially, the fraction equals 1. So we can kind of play around with that as we like. But I really want to, make sure that we understand what that rate is saying, that we're interpreting it correctly. If you visualize this person here, this worker is actually applying the pesticide, as they apply it, as time goes on, and they spray this rate, or this stuff over the ground in the greenhouse, after they've sprayed 1,000 square feet, how much of the stuff is gone now out of the tank? Well, 2 quarts is. Because the spray rate is 2 quarts per 1,000 square feet. So as goes on, time goes on, he sprays another 1,000 square feet. An additional 2 quarts has vanished from the tank. All right, so that's sort of our spray rate. Now, separately, we've got our pesticide, and we need to add a certain number of ounces or pounds of this formulation to our tank. And it says that we should be adding 4 ounces of formulation per 1,000 square feet. Ultimately, our question is, how many pounds of pesticide formulation do you need to make a full backpack of the pesticide mixture? So, got a lot of information here floating around. I want to zoom out and take a look at that 1,000 square feet number, because it's something that both of our given information have in common. So I think that is probably going to be sort of a key to figuring this out. If we take a look at that spray rate a little bit more closely, I got 1,000 square feet for every 2 quarts. Well, I really don't like that this rate is in quarts and my volume of my tank is in gallons. So let's convert quarts over to gallons. There are 4 quarts per 1 gallon. And I have 3 gallons, so we can multiply that by 3. And if we just take a look at what we have there, we let our units cancel out. That's the way we've written them. Quarts cancels out, gallons cancels out. we're left with 6,000, after we do the multiplication and the division, square feet. And I want you to pause for a second and really think about, what does that 6,000 square feet number represent? You may pause the video if you need to, take a second here, but really seriously try to answer that question. That 6,000 number represents the total number of square feet that we can actually cover with a full backpack of the pesticide mixture. Now, you might be asking yourself, where does that get us? But remember I said that both of our given pieces of information shared this 1,000 square feet number, and we haven't used the pesticide label information. In fact, we haven't used the pesticide label information, and that label information includes square feet and ounces. Well, we have square feet right here, and that's a rate. So let's multiply that rate. We've got our 6,000 square feet of coverage, and for every 1,000 square feet, we need to add 4 ounces of fertilizer. So when we multiply that out, we get 24 ounces. Now we should convert that over to pounds. There are 16 ounces per pound. Essentially, you're just dividing by 16 there. I'm going to get 1.5 pounds. So, if we take a look at example 1, example 1 is almost identical to this. We're going to go through it quickly. In fact, it's so identical, it is basically the exact same thing, except it's got one number different. So, in this problem now, our sprayer applies 3 quarts of spray per 1,000 feet. So essentially the same problem. I'm going to switch around the beginning a little bit and start from the fact that we have a 3-gallon sprayer. I'm going to multiply that by 4, right, to turn it into quarts. I got 4 quarts per 1 gallon. And then I'm going to multiply that by our spray rate, right? For every 3 quarts, I cover 1,000 square feet. That gives me 4,000 square feet. And now I need to multiply that by my pesticide application rate, which is for every 1,000 square feet, I should be applying 4 ounces. It gives me 16 ounces. And again, converting that into pounds, essentially we're just dividing by 16, but does actually give us exactly 1 pound. Now, a few things to talk about here that you might have noticed. Number 1, we are multiplying by 1,000 square feet and dividing by 1,000 square feet during the course of our calculations. So really, that's something that could be left out. It kind of cancels itself out. But if we do leave it out, I feel like it can be hard to follow why we're doing some of these things. So if you wanted a shorter sort of formula, to really sort of sum all this up, you're really just taking blank number of gallons, some blank number of gallons. You multiply that by 4, turn it into quarts. We're going to multiply that by, let's see, what we're going to call our spray rate. which is in square feet per quart. And then we're going to multiply that by our pesticide rate. Which is in square feet, or ounces per square feet. Ultimately, that gives us some answer in ounces, and we can divide that by 16 to get some answer in pounds. Hope that helped. See you next time.